Dialect or Fusha. What is Fusha? Fusha is classical Arabic. It's the Arabic that you will read in the newspaper, hear on the television, on the news. It's the original standard Arabic, which is often compared to kind of Shakespearean English in how formal it is. Now, nobody speaks Fusha Arabic except me and people who have learned it. And if you're being interviewed on the television or in the newspaper, you will see Fusha Arabic everywhere. It's worth choosing one and committing to it. Should you commit to learning a dialect or should you commit to learning Fusha? That's what we're going to be discussing in this video. This is probably the biggest decision you will make in the early stages of learning Arabic. Do you learn an accent? Do you learn the لهجة مغربية, لهجة خليجية, لهجة أردنية, لهجة مصرية? Or do you learn the formal Arabic, MSA? أنا كما تعرفون أنا درست اللغة العربية الفصحى أولا، وخلال وقتي في الشرق الأوسط في سكن في الخليج حاولت أن أتحسن على لغتي وعلى لهجتي بخصوص اللهجة خليجية. Now, do you take this path of Fusha or MSA? My advice is learn MSA first. If, like me, you're interested in the Arabic language in general and you're not quite sure where you're going to end up, who you're going to be talking to and where you want to be, learn Fusha. Fusha can be understood anywhere in the Middle East. So if you go to Saudi, which unfortunately I haven't, then people will understand you. Am I right? If you're from Saudi, confirm that below. If you go to Kuwait, which I have, and you speak Fusha, people will understand you. They'll look at you funny, but they will understand you. If you go to Egypt, they'll understand you. You can be understood everywhere when you speak Fusha Arabic. It's much easier to find a course which teaches Fusha. If you're interested in the Arabic language as a whole, and you're not quite sure where you might end up within the Middle East, or maybe you won't end up there at all, and you're just interested in learning Arabic, then learn MSA, learn Fusha. That is my advice. To understand the roots of the language, the grammar, and the foundations of where Arabic comes from is very worthwhile, in that once you've studied Arabic for a year, maybe 2 years, if you've learned MSA, you've learned Fusha, everything else starts to fall into place. When you hear people speak the local dialects, you can make links between what they're saying in their accent and what you've learned in the formal MSA Arabic. And then it all makes sense, it all comes together, and then you actually gain a deeper understanding in some cases than that person themselves might have. I've met a lot of English speakers who can tell me a lot more about the roots of the English language than I can, because as an English speaker, native speaker growing up in England, you don't analyse the language, you don't fully understand why we say the things we do and where the words come from, you don't understand the etymology of the words. And often it takes someone who's learned it as a second language to actually educate you and inform you about that, which I find quite interesting. I learned MSA first and I don't regret that. It gave me the foundations, the building blocks, the tools, the necessary understanding and broad depth of knowledge of the Arabic language for me to then go on and understand what all this was all about. Now, the exceptions as to when you might not want to learn Fusha. Okay, say you've got a partner who is Moroccan or a partner who is from the Gulf, and you have one interest in learning Arabic, one goal, one motivation, one driving force, which is to converse with him or her and his or her family. Now, in these special circumstances or these unique circumstances, then it's probably not the best investment of your time to learn Fusha. You don't need it. You just need to be able to converse with that person in the local dialect. Perhaps then you can come back and you can learn some Fusha as well. It will probably seem quite complicated and difficult having learned the slang, because the slang is simpler, they just miss out certain parts. The grammar isn't so important, there's less conjugation, and it's generally like a simplification of Arabic Fusha. So my general advice in this short video is learn Fusha, get a good basic grasp of what the language is built upon and learn some phrases which are going to be universally understood and spoken. After that, choose a dialect. Maybe you want to learn the Levantine dialect or the Egyptian dialect, and then you can focus more on that. But immediately my advice would be learn Fusha. There are more tips like this here and here. My channel is Arabic Mike. You can subscribe here and look at the description for more stuff as well. Leave me a comment, I read them all, and I hope to see you back here again very soon. Until then, ila laqa ma'a salama.